the owner of the Savannah Bananas and the creator of Banana Ball, Charlotte, North Carolina, Jesse Cole!
Wow. It was 18 years ago that we started just down the road here in Gastonia. And it was here where we first dreamed big for the game of baseball. It was here where we first believed that we could create a fans first experience. It was here where we believed we could make baseball fun and create moments fans would never forget. And now tonight, you are making our dreams come true, because tonight you are kicking off the biggest Banana Ball weekend in history with 148,000 fans. You are the reason why we do what we do, and we promise to give you the greatest show we have ever given. So I've got one question for you, Charlotte. Are you ready? Well, it is almost showtime here, and there's only one way to make sure we're going to have a great night, and it is with our first peel of the night. So please welcome to the field 4-year-old Ethan. Here he comes. Look at that speed. Nice. The full jump high five. Come here, Ethan. Right here. All right, this is very important. We're going to bring out a banana. You're going to peel the banana. You're going to take a bite of the banana. If the banana is good, Ethan, it's going to be the best night ever here at Bank of America Stadium. Now, if it is rotten, Ethan, this is going to be a tough night. So let's hope for the best. Split, bring forth the banana. Here he comes, the king of potassium. Inside that case, Ethan, is the banana. And here it is. You got this, Ethan. Now, let's peel the banana. Let's give him some encouragement. Peel, 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 peel. Now take a bite, Ethan. That was the most aggressive bite I've ever seen. Yep, that's a... You want to take some of that out? You want to keep going? What's happening here? Okay. It's a lot of banana. I'm very nervous now. Keep chewing. You got this, Ethan. This may take a little bit. The anticipation mounts. Ethan, the night... Oh, go for more. Yep, that's good. Okay. Yep. We're on you, Ethan. It's your time, buddy. All right. You want to keep chewing a little bit more? Okay. Nobody's waiting. We're good. All right. Ethan, is the banana good or is it rotten? Well, it's good! It's going to be a great night here in Banana Land. Great job, Ethan. It was worth the wait.
That's a great sign for the weekend right there. Vibes are immaculate here at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, as we kick off the biggest weekend in Banana Ball history. There will be more than 148,000 fans here across this two-game set, as the Bananas need just one win to secure the 2025 Football Stadium Series, and the Party Animals just need one win to secure the season series against the Nanners. Welcome on inside with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Happy Big Tiger Friday. Thank you for spending it with us here in virtual Banana Land. Now, the Nanners have won 4 straight coming into this, but the Party Animals 3 in a row, 14 out of their last 16, 10 of 11 against the Bananas.
I mean, this might be the most fascinating Banana Ball series we have gotten in 2025. You saw both of these teams on their headlining tours, very successful across the last 2 weekends. Party Animals took 4 of 5 against the Texas Tailgaters. The Bananas won all 4 games against the Firefighters. But let's not forget, Party Animals, winners of 14 of their last 16 games, utterly dominant against the Savannah Bananas. And with the win tonight, they could clinch the season series against the Nanners, and that could pay massive dividends at the end of the season when we approach the Tour Championship.
Now, it's crazy to hear 14 wins in the last 16 games. It's even crazier to see it. This is what it's looked like since March 30th, rather, in Truist Park in Atlanta. That was a 5-game winning streak, broken up by the loss to the Nanners in Clemson. Then 4 more wins in a row against the Bananas. Then you see the 4 out of 5 victories against the Tailgaters. It's been a wild run.
Well, Atlanta started to mark when the Party Animals pitching staff started performing a lot better against the Savannah Bananas. Significantly lower sprint rate, so they were able to keep a lot of Bananas off the base paths. But we also saw the offense continue to dominate, much like they have all season long. We have seen such big performances from Jake Skull, Reese Hampton, a rookie in Andy Cosgrove, but it was Nashville that was really a big victory for the Party Animals, as they had guys coming off the bench who were not expecting to start in that game lead them to a key victory.
It's worth mentioning as well, the loss in Clemson to the Bananas, a 4-3 loss, just by 1 point on a Ryan Cox go-ahead homer in the 8th inning. The loss to the Tailgaters a couple weekends ago in Albuquerque, just a 1-point loss as well in Showdown. So the only 2 losses across these last 16 games for the Party Animals have been tight ones. Let's take a look at what happened the last time these 2 teams did battle. It's that victory for the Party Animals in Nashville, Tennessee. The offense started in the top of the second. Jason Swan, 3-run smash. He has 3 homers now in the tour, already more than he had last year. The Bananas would walk off the 3rd inning on a Reese Alexiadis homer, but how about Armando Becerra? And the Party Animals in the 5th, a 7-run inning, 3-run blast from Mondo. He put the cherry on top with the trick play to put the Animals ahead. They would never give that lead up. They were up 4-1 going into the bottom of the 9th. An EJ 2-run homer made it a 1-point game. Jackson Olsen, good lumber, but Chase Acuff, the denial. A 1-point win, and the Party Animals short-handed without Reese Hampton, who was down in Mexico getting married, without Jake Skull, who was down in Mexico being Reese Hampton's best man, without Bryson Bloomer, who was with his girlfriend Liz in the hospital, who had a bad scooter crash. She is doing much better now, folks. Those are 3 of the best players on the team. Those are 3 of the most tenured guys. Skull, this is his 5th tour. Hampton, this is year number 4. Bloomer, this is year number 3. And Becerra, Vava, and Mark Smith all stepped up in their absence.
Yeah, and when you dive into the numbers, Becerra was 3 for 5 in that ball game, wound up being named the showman of the night. And then you saw Mike Vivacis and Mark Smith. Both of those guys had some key ball force sprints that helped out the Party Animals a ton. You can talk about the reinforcements really coming up clutch in that ball game that led them to a win, but let's not forget the pitching staff gave them a pad going into that game in Nashville, where things could get a little shaky in the 9th inning, and the Party Animals still had enough room to grab that victory. And even though they didn't have Skull, they didn't have Bloomer, they didn't have Hampton, the pitching staff was as good as they had been the previous month, and they've stayed on that roll even against the Texas Tailgaters, and that's what they're going to need tonight with the funky dimensions here in Charlotte, of course. A very short right field porch and a 50-foot net here, courtesy of Netting Pros as well.
228 feet from home plate to the right field pole here in Charlotte. And of course, as you saw on that Party Animal starting lineup for tonight, the Big Boppers are all back in there. So Hampton, Skull, and Bloomer face the Bananas for the first time in a long time. Now, let's take a look at the guy who sticks out like a sore thumb when it comes to the Savannah Bananas starting lineup, because Reese Alexiadis has homered in all 3 football stadiums this year. The only man who can say that.
And I don't think we want to take it for granted. He is the only man to do this. We've, of course, seen Eric Jones Jr. He's had home runs in multiple football stadiums. So has Chase Acuff and Jason Swan. But Alexiadis, the only man to do it in all 3 football stadiums, and they have not been cheap home runs either.
No.
He is currently leading the Bananas with 8 this season, and we saw that home run in Tampa just kick-started the hot streak that he has continued all the way here into early June. Flashed the opposite field power, did not have to conquer a 50-foot net. Then in Clemson, went oppo yet again, but it was Nashville. That might be his most impressive home run in 2025 overall. Went out to left center field, deep shot, 420 feet for Reese Alexiadis. And again, you could argue he should be batting higher in this Bananas order. He's currently penciled in the 5-hole, but I think we could see him possibly move up to 4, even the 3-hole very soon if he continues he's hot hitting. The only key note that I have on Alexiadis tonight, the bat that he used to hit the home runs in Tampa, Clemson, and Nashville, it was broken in Kansas City. It is no longer in use, but I know he's got this record on his mind across these next 2 games.
The distances you see on the 3 homers, estimations based on the dimensions of the parks and where the balls left the yard. They were all confirmed by Reese himself, who is the best person on the subject. He knows how he hit those balls. Let's take a look at the starting pitchers here tonight. Garrett Delano on the bump for the Party Animals, and then Danny Hosley. Only his 3rd start of the tour, his 1st against the Animals.
Delano continues to be the ace of the Party Animals. He has got a 135 ERA plus this season, indicating he has been 35% better than the tour average arm. And we saw him pitch 5 strong innings against the Tailgaters last weekend and earn his 3rd victory of the season. But for Danny Do-It-All Hosley, he's become the Bananas' DEFCON 1 move coming out of this rotation. When they need a victory badly, they are turning to Danny Do-It-All, and they're not trying to lose the season series here tonight. He had 2 starts against the Firefighters across the last 2 weekends and threw 4 scoreless innings and earned points and wins in those ball games. He got backed by the Bananas offense early, and the Bananas are hoping for more of the same tonight in Charlotte, as Hosley is also currently the Bananas leader in earned run average with that 3.60 mark.
The tour leader in strikeout percentage as well. Nobody does it like Danny Do-It-All, and it's such an interesting dilemma for Tyler Gillum and company. When you have a weapon like Danny Do-It-All, do you use him in the 9th inning as they were over the majority of this tour when every run scored counts as a point, or do you go for a hot start and try and jump out early? That's what they've done each of the last 2 weekends. It's worked out in their favor.
Well, the problem against the Party Animals was the fact that they continued to trail early in games. They do not want to have the momentum going against them in a ball game, so they want Hosley to get them off to a strong start. And Prime and Donaldson are the next 2 guys slated to follow Danny Hosley, and we saw that work out very well across the 2 Firefighter series.
Hosley and the Bananas wrapping up their warm-ups down on the field. We'll take a look at the Big Boogie as we are mere moments away from first pitch here in the 2nd largest Banana Ball game of all time. We'll get it on down to the field. Time for our Banana Baby.
Now, we need everyone to get those 2 hands in the air and get your spirit fingers going around the stadium here. Everyone get those spirit fingers going, because this is a tradition that we've honored since the first day in Banana Land in 2016. Fans, it is now time to meet tonight's Banana Baby, Brianna Rose. She's 4 months old, weighing 14 pounds, and rocking the sunglasses because she's completely confused right now. And here she is. Fans, one more time for tonight's Banana Baby, Brianna Rose.
And gentlemen, direct your attention down the left field line. They're the wildest, craziest, sexiest, most outrageous group of animals you will ever lay your eyes on. And they're here for just one reason: to party. Charlotte, here they come, the Party Animals! in center field. He's from here, baby, center fielder Reese Hampton. At shortstop, number 11, Chase Acon. In left field, Jake Skoll. Behind the plate, number 5, Andy Cosgrove. At DH, number 4, Tanner Tinder Thomas. In right field, Noah Fisher. At first base, number 2, Jason Swan. The third baseman, number 8, Bryson Bloomer. At second base, number 9, Dustin Paper. And the extra hitter, number 18, Armando Becerra. On the mound for the Party Animals, 777, Garrett Toledo. The Party Animals are managed by Mike Baba Babasis, assisted by Thomas Sim Shady Semino, and Anthony How You Doing Coramado.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to bring some Bananas power to the plate. His name is Cooper. Cooper is 6 years old, and he's attempting to hit a home run against these Party Animals. So can I hear some noise for my dear friend, Cooper? He's facing Party Animals pitcher, Brett Helen, who's staring him down and talking trash. Here comes pitch number 1. And that's a strike. Brett is rubbing it in his face. Why don't you pick on somebody your own size, Brett? He flexes on him. The count is 0-1. Here comes pitch number 2. And a swing and a miss. The Party Animals are bringing the heat. This doesn't seem to be very fair. Whoa! Here comes Split. He's gonna save the day and make this fight more fair. Boom! That ball's crushed up the middle. Chase Acon falls down. Cooper's rounding first base. The ball is thrown wild. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and make some noise. Cooper is rounding second base. He's rounding third base. Here comes the play at the plate. It is, oh my goodness, he's grittying a home run.
One impressive job by the youngster, earning himself a round tripper. What a barrel, too. That was a frozen rope off the bat. Bryson Bloomer did all he could at the end. Not able to make the play while Shark gives the rules to Banana Ball to the folks here in Bank of America Stadium. Let's throw it to Jesse.
The name of the game is Banana Ball, and this is the fastest, most entertaining game in sports. Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. If you score the most runs in an inning, you get a point. The most points win the game. But in the last inning of Banana Ball, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, there is a 2-hour time limit. No new inning can start when the clock hits 0. Rule number 3, if you step out of the batter's box, it is a strike. Rule number 4, no bunting. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first. Rule number 6, No walks allowed. It becomes a ball for sprint until every position player touches the ball. Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it is an out. In banana ball, everything's in play, so you better be ready. Rule number 9, the showdown tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of 9 innings or when time expires, it is pitcher versus hitter with one fielder, and the hitter has to score. Rule number 10, the banana ball challenge rule. You, the fans, have the opportunity to challenge a ruling on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter rule. A team can send up any batter to hit in any spot in the lineup. This is guaranteeing the best possible matchup at the end of the game when it matters most. These are the official rules of banana ball.
It's good if you did, because if any of you catch a foul ball, it counts as an out. And those are the rules of banana ball.
Now that we know the rules, it's time for a traditional banana ball weigh-in. First, coming out of the party animals dugout, we hooked him up to a polygraph and can confirm his hips don't lie. Number 27, Jake Lialios. Stepping onto the scale at 215 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, Jake Lialios. And now, from the Bananas dugout, everybody say, "Hey, Pookie!" Voted in his high school most likely to have all the riz, number 7, Ty to Fly Jackson. An official weight of 190 pounds of pure potassium power. The umpire for tonight's contest, Vincent Chap. 3, 2, 1, go!
From Ty Jackson at the end of the weigh-in dance against his opponent, Jake Lialios. Jesse Cole bringing the cast-in crew through the field here at Bank of America Stadium. And we'll get it on down to the field to Sam Bauman. Mike not doing us any favors down there on the field. SB and EJ gonna try and work that out. As we get a look at Sean McBride and the crew taking center stage here in Charlotte. First banana ball game ever held here in the Queen City. Kurt. It's been absolutely wicked traffic as the crowd of over 74,000 purchased ticketers try and make their way into the home of the Carolina Panthers. As you can see, the vast majority are locked in, tapped in, ready to rumble. It's going to be game 42 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. For the first time in Banana Ball history on a tour, the Party Animals have played more games than the Bananas.
Yeah, it's shocking, but it's because the Bananas only wound up playing 4 against the Firefighters, 2 games in Kansas City, 2 games in Anaheim. Then we saw the Party Animals play 2 games against the Tailgaters in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then followed up with a 3-game set over in Reno, Nevada, which they swept.
It's a testament to how impressive this Party Animals team is. A well-deserved tip of the cap to the Nanners' arch nemesis. Let's get it on down to Jesse Cole, get the fans riled up.
It's now time for you, the fans, to get ready. So we need everyone on your feet. All the way around the stadium on your feet, because it is now time for the fan warm-up. So please welcome to the field 5-year-old Lainey. Here she comes. Good speed, Lainey. All right, Lainey, this is a very important job. We need to get this crowd fired up for tonight. Are you ready for this job?
Yes.
Lainey, are you ready for this? All right, Lainey, whatever you do, they're gonna do. So let's bring it, here we go. Oh, good start. She's clapping. She's doing it. All right, she's waving. Oh, that's good, Lainey, we're waving. We're bringing it. Looking good. Oh, I like this move. Look at the energy, Lainey. Keep it going. Oh, we're raising the roof. What? Yes, I like it, Lainey. Pulp Fiction? How do you know that? What is happening? All right, Lainey. Oh no, jumping jacks! Look at her go! Oh, keep it going. All right, we're back clapping. We're back clapping. Lainey, look around. 74,000 people going crazy for you. Let's hear it for Lainey.
Well, folks here are ready to rumble. Now prepare your voices. Malachi Mitchell is about to put on a show at center stage.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world. Tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more still watching at home have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the football stadium. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all you fans here in Bank of America Stadium to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
To the stadium! off in center field, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. Batting second at third base, number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. Batting third, the DH, number 19, Dan Oberst. In the cleanup spot, left fielder number 15, we call him Robert Anthony Cruz. Batting fifth in right field, number 2, Reese Superman Alexianis. At shortstop, number 6, he is our glove magician, Ryan Cox. At first base, number 3, from Charlotte, North Carolina, Eric Jones. The extra hitter, number 7, Ty Two-Fly Jackson. The catcher, numero uno, he's the captain, Bill Leroy. And at second base, number 8, our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas, number 18, Danny Do-It-All Hosley. Your Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Pyro Virant, Eric Fox, and Reggie Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome Megan Bellassai.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Megan Bellassai.
You are watching Game 42 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. The two heavyweights in Banana Land clash in the Queen City. The Party Animals, winners of 14 of their last 16. 10 out of their last 11 against the Savannah Bananas. Still scorching hot. Across the last 2 weekends, they took 4 of 5. And 3 in a row from the Texas Tailgaters. The Nanners found their footing, winning all 4 they played against the Firefighters. Now they go up against their arch rival. With no wiggle room when it comes to the season series, here is the Party Animals starting lineup. Their magic number 1 to take the series from the Nanners this year. Reese Hampton at the top, then Chase Acuff, Jake Skoll, and Andy Cosgrove in the cleanup spot. Tanner Thomas, Noah Fisher, Jason Swan in the middle, and the Killer Bees at the bottom. Bryson Bloomer, Dustin Baber, and Armando Becerra.
Well, it's the corner outfielders who are especially lethal right now for the Party Animals offensively. Last time Skull played in a football stadium, hit the first 3-homer game in Banana Ball history in Clemson, South Carolina. And Noah Fisher, 9 of his 12 hits in May went for extra bases.
Let's take a look at the Savannah Bananas defensive alignment tonight as they look to turn the tide on the Animals. Left to right in the outfield, it's Robert Anthony Cruz, D.R. Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. Third to first in the infield, you see Kyle Jackson, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and it is actually Eric Jones Jr. at first, Bill Leroy behind the dish. The graphic lies to you.
Well, you can see Kyle Jackson has been really impressive for the Bananas defensively. Had 4 trick plays last weekend for the squad, and trying to see if D.R. Meadows can get closer and closer to becoming the first outfielder to 100 trick plays in a single season. We saw Ryan Cox do it for the 3rd straight year last Friday in Anaheim, California.
The doctor, as you saw, sits at 81 trick plays, one ahead of Chase Acuff, and here are the numbers for Danny Hosley here on his 3rd Banana Ball World Tour.
24th outing of the season for Hosley, his 3rd start in 2025. Has 5 wins and 5 losses this season, but has won each of his first 2 starts and has not allowed a run in his first 4 innings as a starting pitcher. And interestingly enough, he is one of 3 pitchers right now who has not allowed an earned run in a football stadium this season, but the lone Banana. He is in a club currently with Dalton Ponce and Brady Keiss of the Party Animals.
Talked about it on the pregame show, but Hosley striking out 27% of the batters he faces. To put it into perspective, the closest qualifying pitcher to him is his teammate Austin Krasminski, who's above 19% when it comes to his strikeout percentage. So Hosley really in a tier of his own when it comes to getting the Ks. That will be key against this powerful Party Animals lineup.
Yeah, even though he's pitched mostly out of the bullpen this year, he still finds himself in the top 5 on the strikeout leaderboard this season. And obviously you touched on it, highest strikeout rate this year as well. And Hosley's got opponents batting just .209 against him this year, and it's because of that swing and miss stuff.
Let's get it on down to Jesse Cole.
It's almost time, but tonight we are going to have a first pitch, and tonight's first pitch is going to count for either a ball or a strike. But tonight we have a special guest.
That's intercepted by Kuechly. Down he goes. Kuechly is there.
Luke Kuechly is cleaning on the quarterback for a sack.
When Luke Kuechly sees something, he's going to go get it.
That immediately by the NFL's leading tackler, Luke Kuechly.
Please welcome, from your Carolina Panthers, Luke Kuechly!
Crowd going crazy for one of the best to ever put on the Panther blue. Pro Bowler in 7 of his 8 years in the NFL, and misses just a bit up.
And now it is time. So on 3, I need everyone here to yell, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
So Reese Hampton starts with a 1-0 count, thanks to Kuechly firing the first pitch that counts in high. What a special moment this is for Reese Lightning. His 4th Banana Ball World Tour. And he gets to bring our young sport to his home city, born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hampton went to Charlotte Christian High School, was a star, won a state championship. Then spent all 3 years of his college career here in Charlotte at UNC Charlotte. And former Tigers and Diamondbacks minor leaguer. One of the best to ever play banana ball with a 3-1 count. And he will earn his tour-leading 20-second sprint and slam the brakes. All 7 bananas behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live. And a rare, uncompetitive start to the night pitching-wise for Hosley. Gifts the party animals a base runner.
Well, that's one of the things that makes banana ball incredibly unique. Hosley only fires 3 balls to Reese Hampton and winds up offering up the ball for a sprint because Kuechly missed with his first pitch that counted.
That's right. Now ball and a strike on Chase Acuff. Party Animals star shortstop has been terrific here in his 3rd tour. He upped the ante across the last 5 games against the Tailgaters. Running himself the 2-hole. Flails and misses on the Vulcan changeup. And Hosley with a great response after the leadoff sprint.
That's exactly what Danny Do-It-All and the Bananas need after issuing the leadoff ball for sprint. Acuff has multiple hits in 4 of his last 7 for the Party Animals. And you see just how effective that Vulcan changeup is when Danny Hosley buries it down low in the zone.
Here's the best hitter in banana ball. Jake Skoll continuing to put up video game numbers. Hampton takes off. Great throw. Well, not so much. Perfectly on a line, but a short hop that Ryan Cox could not handle from Bill Leroy. And Hampton with his 4th steal on the tour. He's only been caught once. He's in scoring position. The tour leader in batting average, Jake Skoll, hitting .380. The team leader with his .458 on base percentage. 11 bombs, 3 triples, both of those leading the tour.
And those 11 bombs already have Skoll one off the single season banana ball record as this one is skied over the 50-foot net. And Jake Skoll on June the 6th has already tied banana ball's single season home run record with moonshot number 12.
Nothing cheap about that blast. A dozen dingers here on tour number 5 for Scully. Look out! Spin move, juke, hit stick. A former UGA football player with a football celebration here in Banana Ball's 3rd NFL stadium. Andy Cosgrove behind 0-1. Well, the Party Animals picking up where they left off. Winners of 10 of the last 11 games they've played against the Bananas. They've got a golden opportunity to win the 1st inning and earn the 1st point available tonight. Fastball by Cosgrove. Former Twins minor leaguer has been a revelation for the boys in black and pink. Hitting .346, reaching base at a .426 clip. Just can't ask for much more. EJ will take that turf cutter, flip it between the legs. Notch the first trick play of the ball game as Hosley gets out number 2.
Well, who else but the hometown kid to grab the first trick play of the night between the Bananas and Party Animals? The Charlotte native makes a nice and easy under the leg flip to Danny Do-It-All covering the first base bag.
To the 5-hole we go. Tanner Thomas digs in. Peter at the knees, another guy who elevated his slash line in the 5 games against the Tailgaters. Currently sitting on what is a personal tied record of 6 home runs each of the last 3 tours. He's left the yard 6 times. He's done it quickly here in 2025. He'll be denied the opportunity first time around. Fouls out to a fan to end the top of the 1st.
Back in section 311, his back was nearly to the wall. The man was standing up and right there ready to make the grab and get Danny Hosley out of the inning. A big final out for the Bananas, but 2 runs come across for the Animals.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Garrett Delano here in his 4th Banana Ball World Tour, making his season-leading 15th start on the year. He's the go-to guy for the Animals.
He is still the ace of this Party Animal squad, making start number 15 this season, and owns a 3-1 record and earned the win in his last start against the Texas Tailgaters. Now, he did average 3 outs in 5 minutes and 36 seconds in that start, which was his 2nd slowest mark of the year. But he's 2nd on the Party Animals with 26 strikeouts and has a .280 opponent's batting average this season. Good marks in Banana Ball.
Here's the defense behind the kid out of Callahan, Florida. Left to right in the outfield, Skoll, Hampton, and Fisher. 3rd to 1st in the infield, Bloomer, Acuff, Baber, and Swan, while Cosgrove is handling the catching.
Chase Acuff still leading the Party Animals with 80 trick plays, 1 off DR Meadows for 2nd place on the tour. Right now it's a race between those 2 to see who's the next man to triple digits.
Speaking of David Ray, as per usual, he's at the top of the Nanners lineup, followed by KJ, Oberst, and Rack. Then Super Reese, Cox, EJ, Ty Jackson, Bill Leroy, and Jackson Olsen to round it out.
It's Alexiadis and Eric Jones Jr., the 2 guys you're circling in this lineup. Alexiadis with home runs in all 3 football stadiums, and Eric Jones Jr. is going to be swinging big back in his home city.
The Bananas are chasing 2 runs here in our first frame. The ball and no strikes on DR, hitting .345, a .419 on base percentage. The 2024 Banana Ball MVP continuing to deliver. The spark plug for this Bananas lineup. Delano wasn't ready for the throwback from Andy Cosgrove, who put his head in the turf laughing behind the plate. 2-1 count on the doctor. Delano, a 5-pitch guy. 2-seam, 4-seam cut fastballs. And then a curveball and a changeup for the Arsenal. 3-1, just grazes the inside corner.
Yeah, you could see Meadows think he was not going to get the call and be sprinting, but showed great self-control, keeping himself in the batter's box, and on the next pitch, lines it into left field, and Jake Skoll makes a sensational sliding grab for the first Party Animal out.
Skoll was originally penciled in as the right fielder with Fisher in left, and then Mike Vivacis, a few hours before game time, made a switch. Gives the former minor leaguer the big task of a lot of real estate out in left.
It just makes sense. You've got so much ground out there to cover in Skoll, also with a much more elite arm, and you're going to be looking from it, especially if a ball is in that left center gap here.
2-0 on Kyle Jackson. He is the tour leader in reaching base, a .512 OBP, and he's leading the Bananas with this .361 batting average. Starting to make a home for himself in the 2-hole. He'll take the sprint. That one just misses inside. And KJ does what he does best. The tour best sprint percentage over 20%. No one else is above 15%.
The remarkable thing is when you zero in solely on the month of May for Kyle Jackson, he was throwing ball 4 sprints nearly 44% of the time when he was in the batter's box.
It's ridiculous. Also went 5 for 5 on balls hit in play. The numbers do not make a lot of sense. Dan Oberst did not go around, says Seth Markham, the first base umpire on the appeal. Dan represents the inning tying run. It was Skoll in the 3-hole for the Party Animals with the 2-run shot to give them their lead here in the first inning. Oberst has left the yard 5 times here in his 4th World Tour. He's ahead 3 balls and a strike. Slow tapper foul, we'll get a full count.
I mean, early on in this ballgame, we haven't seen Hosley or Delano look overly dominant when it comes to getting ahead in counts against these batters. Of course, they're pitching on a turf mound. It's certainly an adjustment the way you're pushing off. We'll see if it continues to affect the rest of the guys that throw tonight as this pitch gets away from Andy Cosgrove, but has a fortunate bounce with the backstop until he sails the throw over the head of Chase Acuff. Kyle Jackson scores Oberst all the way up to third and 90 feet away from tying the opening inning.
Tough ruling on the pitch there. We'll have to look back at it. A wild pitch or pass ball. It's tough to tell live how good of a shot Cosgrove had at the heater outside. Either way, tough start to the Sprint defense. Then he sails it over Acuff, who did get a piece, so he counted as the first of 7 Party Animals fielders who had to touch the ball. And now Rack, a moonshot, 2-run, walk-off blast. Robert Anthony Cruz flips the script on the first inning, and the Nanners are up a point.
It's the only knock on Garrett Delano this season. That is the 9th home run he has allowed on this year's World Tour, the most of any pitcher. And it's Robert Anthony Cruz, who's been in a tiny bit of a slump, back in the home run column and putting the Bananas on the board, first in Charlotte.
West Side Story here. Rack calling in the Sharks. What a wild first inning in Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. A 2-run shot for Skoll in the top half. And then a 2-run walk-off shot for Robert Anthony Cruz. To win the inning, let's get it on down to Sam Bauman.
Well, Biko, Josh, I'm here with the guy who got us started here, this sold-out game in Charlotte, Luke Kuechly. Luke, for starters, you played in some really big games here, big crowds. Any nerves kind of walking out to throw that first pitch tonight?
I tell you what, I've never been the only guy on the field, and it was a lonely feeling out there. So definitely some nerves, but the energy is fantastic, and we're so happy to be here.
What did it mean to walk out here with sold-out crowd and get to hear your name again echo through this stadium?
I just think of all the good memories that I've had in this stadium playing for the Panthers. We had great fans, we had great guys in the team, and it was just so fun. NFC Championship games, playoff games, first games to start the season in September. There's been so many good memories, and now I get to introduce a baseball memory to my Bank of America memory bank, and it was really cool.
Luke, finally, talk to me here about just the big moment for you and what you've seen from Banana Ball so far.
I mean, the energy. I think that's the number one thing you see is the energy and how much fun people are having and how fun it is for families and kids. And these kids are out here, everybody's smiling from ear to ear, and that makes you happy.
Luke Kuechly, thanks for your time. What a legend. Biko, Josh, let's get this game back to work.
Thanks, SB. Think we're going to get a signature walk-up. The signature walk-up's happening. Noah Fisher doing his best. Kesha impersonation, Bronson ball home. Doing his best. Also, Kesha impersonation. Kind of think that was her vocalizing as well in the studio.
You're telling me right now?
Yeah.
That was 2 Keshas.
You bet.
I love Kesha.
Me too. Bangers. A lot of bangers. Just the kind of music that makes you shake the derriere. Fisher, then Jason Swan and Bryson Bloomer. Another chance for the fans. They do not catch this one. Fish holding down the 6 hole. This Party Animals lineup is so deep. 1-2 count now. Fish, when he's hot, can be the best hitter in Banana Land.
And he might be the hottest bat in this lineup right now. Had a .458 average on balls in play in the month of May, and actually misspoke at the top of this broadcast. 11 of his 14 hits went for extra bases, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 bombs.
A victim of the Vulcan change. Second strikeout of the night for Hosley. Both have been on the best pitch we've ever seen in the history of the sport. I mean, that is filth. Excellent start to his second inning of work. 3 straight retired after the Skoll 2-run shot. His offense backed him. And it's now his 3rd point earned across 3 starts on the tour. Hosley yet to lose a point as a starter this year, and has to square off against Jason Swan. What a hidden gem in the 7-hole. Hitting .327, reaching base at a .427 clip. And a 2-to-1 sprint to strikeout ratio. 16 sprints compared to just 8 Ks. There is nothing that you can't like about Swanee here in his 3rd tour.
He's doing everything right for the Party Animals right now and owns a 143 OPS plus, which is surprisingly the 2nd best mark on the team after Jake Skoll.
On a bounce, the professor from the inventor of the trick play, Ryan Cox. And 2 quick outs for Hosley here in the 2nd.
And this is where you're seeing the improvement for Danny Hosley. He had time to figure it out in the 1st inning, and now getting ahead in the counts against Noah Fisher, had Jason Swan down 0-2, and then made things nice and easy for the glove magician over at shortstop.
Heater behind the derriere of Bryson Bloomer, who stands in the way of a 1-2-3 inning for Hosley. Bloomer here on his 3rd tour, having some fun with his former collegiate Bananas teammate, Bill Leroy. That was back in the summer of 2021. Bloomer helped the Nanos win back-to-back Pettit Cups. Now in year 3 as a Party Animal. Ahead 3 balls, no strikes. Another excellent year, hitting .308, a .420 on-base percentage. And he's got the juice. He's allowed to have that green light on 3-0. Ends up chasing a ball above the zone. Gets Hosley back in the count, but then earns the sprint nonetheless. Bloomer content with 1 base on it. He's up to 18 sprints now compared to just 13 punch-outs.
Again, he told us he was retooling his game this season, wanted to focus much more on his on-base ability.
He's doing it.
You saw Hosley also pitching him a little carefully considering Bloomer. It's 4 for 5 against Danny Do-It-All this season.
Now Dustin Baber. Looking to continue the 2-out rally. Did he go? Seth Markham says yes. 0-2 count. What's Hosley go to here? He's going to check on Bloomer, the tour leader in stolen bases. 16 back swiped. He's only been caught twice. And the high fastball would have been a perfect pitch for Leroy to throw on.
Well, you don't necessarily want to throw a lot of waste pitches in banana ball, but you might be setting up that high fastball to then again bury the Vulcan changeup in the dirt and get that swing and miss from Babes.
Stays with the gas, perfectly placed. Baber does a heck of a job spoiling it. All smiles. Staring off against the guy he's had plenty of battles with across the last 3 tours. There goes Bloomer in the dirt all the way to the backstop. And it's a tour-leading 17th swiped bag for the Boomer. He's in scoring position. 2-2 to Baber. Swing and a miss. There's the Vulcan change. Hosley puts up a goose egg. And what a wild last 2 weekends of Banana Ball it's been. Let's bring in Drake Toll. It's time for the Banana Ball
Last
bench.
2 weekends of Banana Ball were nuts. Starting with a flyover in KC. First pitch of the firefighter season. Logan Lacey right to the fans. And how about a star-studded night? Moustakis, Hosmer, Gordon all showing up. Ryan Cox, 7 trick plays. Count them. How about Drew Yanesta rumbling, stumbling, tumbling out at the dish, Nanners win it.
Not so fast, Bingo. We're on unicycles in Albuquerque. The first game in program history for the Texas Tailgaters is going to showdown. Brett Carson, he's that guy. But Brady Geist, anything you can do, I can do better. We go to round 4 of showdowns. Speaking of 4, count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Grand Slam, first in Banana Ball history.
Night 2 in Kauffman Stadium. We do 4 foul outs to the fans. Last one induced by Jeremy Guthrie. Lonnie Godot, Wounded Warrior, batting 1,000. Come on now, Nanners sweep the series.
Day 2, Albuquerque, Zach Watson, backflip. Zach Watson, home run.
Twice.
Oh, but wait a second. Indy Stanley, Tailgaters 2-run lead in the ninth. Oh, Jake Stoll says, no more 2-point lead. I'm going to hit a home run. We're going to showdowns again. This time, man, caught, foul, ball. First win in Tailgaters history. Ho, ho, ho. It's Reno. It's Reno. We're all there. Nick Castillo, back-to-back pitches, tornado catches. It doesn't matter. Jason Swan's that guy. Blowout.
Swing it on over to the A, just down the road from Disneyland. Another foul ball caught by a fan. Still offering that one. Logan Lacey, the guy is out of his mind. What a debut. Troy Gloss, first swing in over 15 years. It's a knock. Nanners win it.
I'm spitting my broccoli everywhere. That ball had a family. Reese Hampton didn't care about it. 5-3 your final score. Chase Acup's going to end it. That's 2 in a row in Reno for the Animals.
Nanners trying to make it 4 straight wins over the Firefighters. Okay, how about Goofy, Ham Porter, John Lackey? A literal angel descended from on high. Mason Maxwell says, I could care not. First Banana Ball home run. Reese Alexiadis, 2 walk-offs on the night. Nanners win at 5-3.
How do you spell sweep? Party Animals. Andy Cosgrove, early favorite for Rookie of the Year. Close the door again. That's 3 in a row for the Animals in Reno. And that is the Banana Ball Blitz.
Thank you for the help on that, Drake. Always great to get the Party Animals broadcast entertainer involved here. We'll hear more from him later on as the night continues. 5, 6, and 7 due to swing it for the Nanners here in the bottom of the second. And the man of the hour, Super Reese, trying to complete the foregone conclusion. He's got 3 home runs in 3 football stadiums. It swings through a first pitch changeup from Garrett Delano.
And you could just tell with that swing, not what Alexiadis was expecting. First pitch for Delano.
No.
Way out in front of it. Now, Bill just tried to cue that ball right back to Delano.
Super Reese was excellent in his debut year as a Banana last year. He has upped the ante tenfold here in his sophomore campaign. From 0-2 to 2-2, that's been a big part of his improvement is the eye. Hitting .347, reaching base at a .436 clip. Soft tapper, A-cuff between the legs, smooth as silk. In time to take care of Super Reese.
And that's trick play number 81 on the season for Chase A-cuff, which now ties him with DR Meadows for 2nd on the World Tour. Nice and easy transition between the legs. And right around the hip for Jason Swan, although he much more concerned about getting the first out than trying to grab the trick play for himself as well.
Here's the Nanners shortstop. Fastball in there against Ryan Cox. Tour number 4, he is still the king in the world of trick plays. But so impressive how much better he's gotten with the bat, hitting .320 this year. .400 on base percentage. And a high, deep drive to right. Fisher with the call, tipping it up and hauling it in the jersey. 2 outs on 2 trick plays for the Party Animals to start the last of the second.
Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted to see from the Party Animals, rebounding from last inning, not only for Garrett Delano, but their defense as well, as Fisher is now 16 for 16 on his trick plays this year.
That's the most trick plays on the tour without missing one. Fish has been very consistent in the field. Grew up an infielder. He has adapted to the outfield in Banana Ball very well. 0-1 count here on Eric Jones Jr. Back in his hometown. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, down by Delano's parts, Callahan kid. But at 2 years old, moved to Charlotte, and he's rocking the custom Charlotte, North Carolina 704 area code bat. Not his normal model, a little heavier than what he's used to swinging. And goes down on 3 pitches. Nasty changeup there from Delano. EJ said if it doesn't work, he's probably going to go back to Old Faithful for his second plate appearance.
Yeah, and it was quick work for Garrett Delano going with the changeup against Eric Jones Jr. and coming away with the 2-minute and 35-second frame.
Good response from Delano. Maceo and the boys will dance this to the third. The fellas, Archer, Ziggy, and Mitchell getting involved in the action. Bottom of the order, trying to feed the top for the party animals. Armando Becerra, one of the heroes for the animals the last time these two teams did battle. That was back on May 10th in Nashville. Mondo 3 for 5, a 3-run homer, a couple trick plays filling in for Reese Hampton in center field. Grabs Showman of the Night honors. He's in the 10-hole. Hampton lurks on deck with Acuff in the hole.
And he finds himself greeted back in a football stadium by being told he's tonight's Dunkin' Donut batter of the game.
Good start for Hosley, ahead 0-2, 1 strike away from getting the full capacity crowd free donuts. Chance for the fans. After one of the weaker donut chants I've heard in Banana Ball broadcasting career. This is the 250th Banana Ball game ever played. This is the second largest crowd ever. The energy has been stupendous tonight. They've got to work on the donut chant though. Back to the backstop. It's a short one though. Not a chance in the world for Mondo to swipe first.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see hardly any batter come away with the steal of first in tonight's ballgame unless they get the right ricochet, likely over towards the Bananas makeshift dugout on the third base side.
Healthy hack. Oh my gosh! Reese Hampton, what a play! An interception, robbing Bill Leroy on the ricochet off the net. What a job by Becerra. From 0-2 to 3-2. And this has been a laborious outing for Danny Hosley. The longest he's pitched in a game all year. Becerra frozen. Heater scrapes the bottom of the zone. And Hosley with his 4th K.
Well, it's a long strike 3 call for Vincent Chapman. I think he gave the fans at least 8 hearts before finally ringing up Becerra. But it is free donuts for the folks in Charlotte. 4th, strikeout for Danny Hosley. But he is already up to 48 pitches in this outing. If you thought he might pitch tomorrow as the closer, I feel like that is completely out of the realm of possibility now.
Retweet. Back to the top of the order. Big swing and a miss from Hampton. Now it's time for Hosley with Olsen, Cox, and Meadows as his backup dancers to perform. Look out. And the Banana Ball all-time leader for Bruno's Mars dances goes from Bruno to a little Vanilla Ice. And the fastball inside. Two-one count. Super Reese back in his hometown. Worked a sprint to start the ball game. Came around to score on the Skoll homer. That one driven deep to right center and to the seats. The hometown kid, Reese Hampton. 7th long ball of the tour. Animals with a chance to win their first point of the night.
Extends now an 8-game hit streak for Reese Hampton, who now has 6 runs batted in across his last 6 games with 2 doubles and now 2 homers.
What a special moment. It's one of the best to ever do it in Banana Ball history. Reese knew it off the bat. Said, let's just avoid that 50-foot net. He did. Now Chase Acuff, a deep drive to right. The Party Animals go back-to-back. Hampton and Acuff on back-to-back pitches. And now it's a 2 spot for the Animals here in the 3rd.
And this isn't even the first time they have done that in Banana Ball. This happened in Fresno, California against Noah Nisnik last season in early May. And now Hampton and Acuff find the magic once again.
Another look at home run number 5 on the year for Chase Acuff. Fired up. The Party Animals chasing a point. Trying to put up a crooked number. Skoll had the 2-run shot in the 1st. There was not enough offense though. Nanners rallied for 3. On a couple sprints and a long ball. Robert Anthony Cruz with the bash to give them the early lead. And Hosley with 4 straight balls, none of them competitive pitches. Skoll earns the sprint. And things unraveling for Danny Do-It-All as he has to face this Animals lineup for a 2nd time.
Again, not only are you going through the lineup a 2nd time through, but Danny Hosley's never really been stretched out to this point ever in his Banana Ball career, and you see a lot of fatigue as Andy Cosgrove blasts this one over the wall! A left field shot for Andy Cosgrove! 3 home runs in the inning for the Party Animals!
That was a laser beam! Deepest part of the park. It's 402 to left center. Andy Cosgrove could care less. Three homers across the last 4 batters with a sprint mixed in. And 4 runs for the Animals now in the 3rd. Another look. It is such an easy swing from the former Twins minor leaguer. And he is red hot. Had 5 walk-offs in the 5 games that the Party Animals played against the Tailgaters. The only 5 games they've been the home team this year, and they're right at home as the away team back against the Bananas.
And one of those walk-offs was a blast for Andy Cosgrove. He's now got homers in back-to-back ball games for the Party Animals, really starting to find that power stroke.
1-2 count. Tanner Thomas, good evasive maneuvers by Brett Helton. Now, according to the Party Animals master plan, will be the next guy on the mound for them. Taking over for Garrett Delano. And a strikeout. Osley with the Vulcan changeup. Sits down Thomas. It's been a bumpy ride, but the strikeouts have been there. That is now 5 punch-outs for Hosley.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one positive takeaway you can get from Danny Hosley at the end of this ball game, but each of the 3 innings he's thrown tonight have been 5 minutes or longer. We are currently 7 minutes and 5 seconds into the 3rd.
Ball and a strike. Noah Fisher, he was strikeout victim number 2 on the ball game for Haas. Went down on the changeup. He's behind 1-2. And another strikeout. 6 on the night for Hosley, but 4 runs on 3 taters for the Animals. They've got a golden opportunity to tie this game at 1 point each. We'll get it on down to Emily Cole to honor our Bananas Foster family of the night.
Savannah Bananas owner, Emily Cole.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. Look around. That's enough to fill Bank of America Stadium 5 times with the amount of kiddos currently experiencing foster care. To raise awareness and support the community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those who are already making a difference in the foster care world while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Russell family. In North Carolina alone, there are over 10,000 children in foster care. Julie and Lamar heard this statistic and they wanted to help, so they became a licensed foster family 7 years ago. They have supported reunification with biological family and been a shoulder to lean on for other foster families in their community. Julie and Lamar have welcomed 20 amazing kiddos into their family, ranging from newborns up to 16-year-olds. And tonight, they are here celebrating the adoption of their youngest daughter, who was just adopted last week. Fans, please help us celebrate this amazing family as we welcome them to the field, and let's thank them for all that they're doing for the foster care world here in North Carolina. Text Bananas to 50155 to support Bananas Foster and superstars in the foster care community like Julie and Lamar. And if you want to be a part of a boatload of fun, we are doing Banana Land at Sea, Round 2 Electric Boogaloo. There is so much to do out at sea with us, including, as you can see right here, filming music videos. This was the Sweet Life on deck with a ton of fans involved. It'll be February 9th through 13th, going from Tampa to Cozumel, Mexico. I can't wait.
I know the rumors are also swirling. It's true. Me and Biko will be doing the King of the World Titanic scene. As for who is Leo, who's Kate Winslet, you guys will just have to be there to find out.
The plot thickens.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be bringing trivia back as well. Josh and I continue to brainstorm trivia questions.
But we're pretty focused on Titanic.
Yeah. That's really trivia's on the back burner. We're thinking of some questions for the sickos. So a hint for everybody watching right now, study the One City World Tour. We're going to break out a question or two. For bonus contos, what an evening here in Bank of America Stadium, the second largest crowd in Banana Ball history, 74,000 fans on hand. Right now watching Ty Jackson fall behind 0-2, Garrett Delano out for a 3rd inning of work, his 2nd chance to earn a point. Slow tapper, this is going to be a tough play. Jackson's got great wheels, he beats it easily. Bloomer never stood a chance. This is exactly what the Bananas need. Trailing 4 runs in the inning, they need to get 3 guys on before they can think about tying this.
Yeah, not the exit velocity Ty Jackson was expecting in that at-bat, but nonetheless his first hit since April 18th in Savannah, Georgia, and looked like he was rocking with a new bat at the plate as well.
Now to the 9-hole, Bill Leroy with his good buddy Kyle Lewis, the longest tenured Bananas. Year 8 for the pair of them. Always swinging for the fences. Whether it's a tied inning or the squad's down by 4. And Leroy aging like a fine wine here in his 4th World Tour, hitting .286, .394 on base percentage. You really can't ask for much more from a catcher. Of course, Andy Cosgrove is an outlier over on the Party Animals side. But Bill's so great with the pitcher, such a defensive stalwart. And plus offensively as well, and that's huge for your game caller.
He's 4 for 8 in football stadiums this season, and the Bananas opted to drop him to the lowest he's batted in the lineup tonight. I think more so to try and grind out at-bats and set the table for guys at the top of the order, as Bill has been without a home run for quite a while.
Cosgrove does not have room. That one ends up clanging off the net just before Andy could get a mitt on it. Another look as Cosgrove tried to dispatch his counterpart. Ends up getting a ricochet off the torso. We'll get another payoff pitch. And we'll get to do it again. Again, this was, I think, the expectation for Bill Leroy. Grinding out at-bats. He's about to see an 8th pitch upcoming from Garrett Delano. He'll get a 9th pitch. What a battle between teammates back in 2018 as collegiate Bananas, both their first summers in Banana Land. Leroy was catching Delano. And destroys this ball, but foul. And not caught by the fans. We'll get a 10th pitch. There goes Ty from first, swing and a miss, throw from Cosgrove, not in time. And Jackson gonna hit for third. Hampton's throw, a bullet, not in time. Ty fired up. He's now a perfect 5 for 5 on the year in his stolen base attempts. And the Party Animals are gonna challenge the ruling at third. This won't change the outcome of the steal of second. This would be big for the Party Animals. Got a minute on the clock to figure out if there's evidence to overturn it. So far what we're seeing,
on first glance, it appears to me that hand is already on bag.
I concur.
Before I am seeing glove make contact with Jackson's forearm.
Boy, Ty yanked that bag right out. Another look. Oh yeah,
he's safe.
That's a poor use of the challenge from the Party Animals.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Well, you saw Tyler Gillum also very adamant about Ty being safe at third base, and Gillum's not one to try and game the system against an umpire and sell a call even if it's really questionable. That's something he does in good faith.
Now Jackson Olsen holding down the 10 hole. Jackie's starting to heat up. Delano wins this battle. Forward roll from Jason Swan, and he beats Jackie to the bag, who will pick up a ribeye as Ty scores. But the Animals in a situation where they are thrilled to trade outs for runs. An unearned run against Delano, who's an out away from tying this game in the all-important points department. And now a strike away. Two-one count, I beg your pardon. Looked like Vince called the first pitch a strike. It was not the case. So 3 balls and a strike now on DR, who squared a ball up his first time, lined out to left. He'll earn the sprint. It's exactly what the Nanners need. They still have to get one more guy to reach base before they can think about tying this game. And what a thrill! Kyle Jackson making his much-awaited return to home plate.
It's the man of the hour for the Savannah Bananas! Already with the ball four sprint, trying to create a little more magic in the third. Woohoo!
No one happier than our scorebug operator, back in historic Grayson Stadium.
I mean, I'm pretty happy right now. Get to see that good-looking stud in the box. Yes, please.
KJ's on a meteoric rise through the popularity ranks here in Banana Land. It's a rise unlike any we've seen before. He's ahead 3-0. And somehow, even more impressive has been his play on the diamond. It's just undeniable he needs to be in the 2-hole for this Bananas squad for reasons like that. I mean, it took no effort, but he'll earn his second sprint of the night. And that tour-leading 5-12 OBP coming into the ball game continues to creep higher.
Well, he's only seen 9 pitches across his first 2 plate appearances, and he's seen 8 balls to get him on base twice. We're 9 batters away from him now, too.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dan Oberst.
Can't wait.
Powerful guy at the dish. Representing the tying run for the inning. Danny O deep down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's gone. What a rally from the Nanners with 2 outs. They've tied the 3rd inning at 4 runs each.
Unbelievable from the Savannah Bananas. Down 2 in the opening frame. They rally for 3 runs to claim the point, and now they draw even with the Party Animals here in the 3rd. Both teams scoring 4 runs. And how about the discipline from D.R. Meadows and Kyle Jackson to set up that big blast from Oberst, his first in a football stadium this year.
The Nanners were gifted the opportunity from Delano. As you get another look at home run number 6 on the tour for Oberst, who had the RBI sprint that led to Robert Anthony Cruz hitting the walk-off homer in the 1st, and now Rack doing his best Phineas and Ferb impersonation. Impersonation. Robert Anthony Cruz, that is Ryan Cox doing his best Ferb impersonation. And Sean Fluke deserves an Oscar nod for his role as Candace.
Who would you cast out of all the Banana Ball players to be Dr. Doofenshmirtz?
Well, we don't have Max Bergman anymore, unfortunately. Shout out 2022 Collegiate Banana.
Dr. Doof, you're right.
Rock and roll, baby. Behind 0-2. Oh, man, what a question. Andy Archer comes to mind.
That's good.
Reese Alexiadis comes to mind.
He'd get weird. He'd get weird with that.
Maybe Peter Holden. Who's your Perry the Platypus? I think Garrett DeClue.
Cowboy Kyle.
That is an ugly swing for Robert Anthony Cruz. Homered his first time. Sheathes the sword after coming up empty on the changeup. But a 4 spot for the Bananas. 3 of them scoring with 2 outs. They tie the inning and deny the point opportunity for the Party Animals. We'll get it down to Jesse.
70, all right. I'm hoping that you can still bust a move because we're going to have a competition. Fans, you're going to judge who can celebrate best at home plate. So, Jeff, you're going to get the chance to celebrate with the party animals. Tamara, you get a chance to celebrate with the bananas. So you're going to score. Give us your best running, Sally. Here we go. Go. Here he comes. You better go. Come on, Jeff. All right, let's see what he's got. All right. He knows the dance. All right, pretty good. Pretty good right there. And Tamra, I know you're losing your voice, but you're 61 years old. Let's see what you got. Here we go. Here comes Tamra. Let's hear it for her. Here she comes. Let's see what she's got. Tamra, you're married. All right. Enough. Fans, was the winner Jeff or was it Tamra? And there we go. Can't unsee that.
How do we go from Phineas and Ferb to that?
Banana Land. I'd like to stop thinking about what we just saw and start thinking about Correll Prime. 6'5" righty, former Colorado Rockies minor leaguer, first guy out of the pen for the Bananas.
Goes from one two-way star to another for the Bananas, and Prime is sporting a 2-0 record this season. Has a 3.75 earned run average across his last 12 innings pitched, and opponents batting .264 against him here in 2025, and he's got to deal with 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup, but all right-handers. That's very good for Prime, the righty himself.
Jason Swan, Bryson Bloomer, and Dustin Baber to start off the fourth. And there's that beautiful front door slider for Primetime. Primarily a 4-pitch mix, sinker, cutter, changeup, and the slider you've seen on both offerings to Swan so far, who gets the hands in, fouls this off, and is behind 1-2. Swanee grounded out his first time. He's having his best world tour in year 3 as a party animal. Started his banana ball career as a Summer Series Banana 2022. Showing off the great eye once again, full count. And he earns the sprint. What's new? Jason Swan. So impressive. He will reverse course and head back to first. It's a free 90 feet on the sprint.
I think the only knock you can put on Correll Prime in his rookie campaign is that his 10.7% ball force sprint rate this season is the highest among Savannah Bananas pitchers, and you see him missing well outside of Bryson Bloomer on the first pitch.
Heater right down the chute. Bloomer in foul territory, and it's going to end up in the seats just behind the Party Animals dugout. Unique vantage point for the folks down there. Bryson earned a sprint his first time. And another tough cookie. Swan and Bloomer in the 7 and 8 hole. Mentioned it the first time. It just feels unfair. The depth of this Party Animals lineup is absurd. That's a great piece of hitting. Bloomer playing pepper with the right field net. Alexiadis has a cannon. In fact, such a good arm that Swan can only go station to station.
Well, 4 guys in this ball game have already conquered that 50-foot net courtesy of netting pros. Bryson Bloomer unable to do that here in the top of the 4th, but continuing to set the table quite nicely for the Animals as Baber struts into the box.
2 on, nobody out. Dustin Baber ahead 1-0. That was the 5th hit of the game for the Party Animals. The first one that didn't leave the yard. The other 4 hits, home runs from each of the first 4 guys in the order. Hampton, Acuff, Skoll, Cosgrove. Wow, that one just misses the inside corner.
Been so close. You saw a little flinch from Vincent Chapman. He was almost close to ringing up Baber.
Babe's fooled on the slider, but gets a piece. Lives to see another pitch. He's fired up. As he should be. It's a filthy slider that Prime employs, especially as of late. This could be 2. Olsen. Bouncer to Cox. Over to first. Nice stretch by EJ. And Seth Markham says that Baber beat the rap. For now, a fielder's choice. Jackie has the trick play locked up. See if the Bananas challenge. They will. We've got a minute to see if there is clear evidence to overturn the call by Seth Markham on the field. Tough to tell. Did EJ have the bag when he caught the ball? Did he get the foot back down before Baber got to the bag? That's what we're looking at. Markham didn't make the indication that the safe call was because EJ wasn't on the bag. That's okay. We can clearly assume that's what he was calling. This is going to be a great angle right here. It's clear to me that Baber beat EJ back to the bag, so the only question is, did EJ have the bag when he caught the ball, which we're not seeing at all. We need to go back further in the replay to see that.
At the current moment, I do not think that he did.
Neither. We're not seeing what we need to see here. It needs to go further back. Call 100% stands.
Yes, the call is going to
We're
stand.
just not. Nothing to overturn that.
For further review, the ruling on the field stands.
And that's why you hustle, folks. Just never know what's going to happen. Cox's feed to first. Took EJ off the bag. Baber reaches on the fielder's choice. And now runners at the corners with 1 down for Armando Becerra.
The infield shifting in right now for the Bananas. Jackson Olsen playing right there on the edge of brown paint for this makeshift infield, but Pharrell Prime has not been able to find the strike zone with each of his first 2 pitches, and the second gets away from Bill Leroy and advances Mark Smith, the designated runner, up to second.
Nice piece of hitting there by Becerra. Meadows able to catch it on the run. Swan is just deking towards home, and DR knew it. Not fooled, does not offer a throw. Meadows has such an accurate arm. Here comes Jesse Cole.
Now coming to play first base.
And they go to their money man, Olsen, for the touchdown. Touchdown, Carolina. Are you kidding me? Holy mackerel, what a catch by Olsen.
From your Carolina Panthers,
What a moment for the fans. They get to see Greg Olsen, who spent 9 years out of his 14-year NFL career with the Panthers, and joins us on the broadcast. Greg!
What's up? I've never been more nervous. He better not hit this ball to me.
Oh, that ball is pieced. That's not to you, that's to the seats.
I thought I was going to have to do a double cut.
Reese Hampton, his second homer of the ball game. Party Animals bringing the boom here in the 4th.
I'll tell you what, guys, I've been on this field a lot. I've never felt more uncomfortable.
Did you ever expect you would see home runs?
I'm not gonna lie. Again. I guess I did. Better things happen twice.
What about 3? 3 times, even better. Let's go.
3 it is. Party on.
Thank you, Drake. Thank you, Reese. We welcome Greg Olson back. I think the problem is normally you were on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I get up.
No.
That was my moment.
I know. Prime's got to knock that down. Throw him to first.
That was my moment. That was my moment. All right, okay, I'm going again. But I got to wait.
All right, I'd love to see you back out there on D. Greg,
I'm going again.
But it was beautiful.
I'm going again. That wasn't long enough. I'm going again. I'm going again. I'm going again, Coach.
That's the sign
I'm
of the
going
gamer
again.
right there.
I'm staying in the game. We can reinsert. I'm staying in the game.
This is what every goal line pre-snap looked like with Greg Olson.
Staying in. You know, I'm
Coach just calling him out of the game.
I'm staying in, Coach.
I'm staying in the game.
That's awesome. Greg Olson, from a superstar in the NFL to a superstar in the booth for Fox. And now makes his banana ball debut as we hey baby in the middle of the 4th. A 3 spot for the Animals. All brought in one fell swoop by Reese Hampton, the Charlotte, North Carolina native. In front of the hometown folks, the 2nd largest crowd in banana ball history. He's 2 for 2, 2 home runs, a ball 4 sprint, 4 runs driven in. Second largest hey baby in banana ball history, only trailing Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. What a sight it is. Can't believe we get to see it again tomorrow night. We'll be on ESPN2. And as always here on the Bananas YouTube channel, Brett Helton here in his 3rd world tour. Takes over for Garrett Delano on the mound, sneaks a fastball past Reese Alexiadis.
Has 3 wins and 3 losses and is leading the tour with 48 innings pitched.
No.
Alexiadis gives this one a ride, but Jake Skull traps it on the outside of his glove and comes away with the 4th Party Animals trick play of the night.
Well struck off the bat to the deepest part of the park. It's 351 feet to the left field foul pole, about 366 to the wall where Skull caught that. And straight away left. And Alexiadis, the only person with homers in all 3 football stadiums so far. We'll have to wait till the Bananas lineup turns over to get another shot. As Ryan Cox behind the ball and 2 strikes. He flew out his first time. The Bananas trailed the inning by 3 runs, but they trailed by 2 in the 4th, won the inning 3-2. They trailed by 4 in the 3rd, ended up tying that inning at 4 each. Hot shot deflected by Helton. 360 behind the back, Chase Acuff from the outfield. Dazzling trick play for the 2nd out.
Insanity up the middle from Chase Acuff. Trick play number 82 and one of his best this season. Ranging way up in the shallow outfield and going with a behind-the-back transition and a throw that had just enough juice to beat Ryan Cox as well. He has such a great arm for a shortstop in banana ball.
Ball and a strike on EJ. Bananas Queen City representative back in his hometown. We brought him out onto the Party Plaza pregame. And that one bounced to Bloomer, pulls off the Professor. A 1-2-3-3 trick play inning for the Party Animals. They've tied this game at 1.
11 pitches for Brett Helton, 3 animals trick plays, and 2 minutes and 7 seconds as you get one more look at Bloomer's Professor.
Let's get it down to Jesse for some Love is Blind.
And we have Reggie at home plate. They have been together for 7 years. Now we're going to test that love to see how well they know each other, because she's going to be completely blindfolded. And she's got 30 seconds to be able to find where her boyfriend is. But fans, you have to guide her. By cheering, she's going in the right direction. By booing, you're going in the wrong direction. But we're going to spin you around a little bit and make it hard, okay? Blindfold on. And let's spin around a little bit. Keep spinning. All right. And go. Guide her. All right, she's going in the right direction. Oh, no. They're guiding her. Get a little better. Nika, get a little better. Oh, yeah. I get that. That makes sense. Wrong way. Of course she goes for KJ. All right. Turn. You're the wrong way. You got 20 seconds. No. Yes! She's going the right way! All right, take your blindfold off! She said yes! Let's hear it for Reggie and Nika!
A heartfelt congratulations to Mika and Reggie. The newest engaged couple here in Charlotte.
And nothing beats the roar of 74,000 congratulating you on an engagement. That is so cool and very powerful.
Banana Ball continues to level up. Just gets better and better every year. We're on a whole new pace for most proposals in Banana Ball history. This is game 42 on the year. I mean, they're starting to come at a torrid pace as of late. That's back-to-back football stadiums. Checking that box. 3, 4, and 5 for the Party Animals. Corral Prime out for his second inning of relief. 14 years of affiliated baseball experience between Skull and Prime. Jake has homered, reached on a sprint, driven in 2 runs, scored 2 runs.
Entering this ballgame, Skull and Andy Cosgrove tied atop the tour leaderboard with 42 runs batted in. Skull has a 2-run shot. Cosgrove has a 2-run shot. Both guys are all evened up in the RBI department once again. And Skull thought he might have snuck that one fair down the third base line, but not to be, according to Andrew Gerard.
Third base umpire said it was just foul. Andy Cosgrove can't believe it. The Party Animals wasted their challenge back in the 3rd inning. Another look. Oh boy. We've got a terrible angle on the 50-yard line on the opposite side of the field here, but look fair from here. Nice play. Jackson Olsen fields it between the legs, hurls it between the legs. EJ with the behind-the-back reception. And a double trick play to take care of Skull.
That's the double trick play you want to show any aspiring Banana Ball player. Olsen and EJ making that look textbook as ever. Perfect field between the legs. And now Andy Cosgrove rifles the first pitch over the head of DR Meadows. And he's in standing at the second base bag with a double.
He stays red hot, homered his last time. Now to double digits in the 2-bagger department. Mark Smith pinch runs for the 2nd time tonight. Designated runner can pitch run 1 time every trip through the order. This is the 3rd time through for the Party Animals. Tanner Thomas behind 0-1. Make it 0-2. Mark Smith has turned into Mork Smith, according to his teammates. It's been very fun to watch. He is beloved, absolutely beloved in that Party Animals locker room. And Thomas strikes out. Leroy gets the out, firing to first after that one squeaked out of the mitt. Prime's got his first punch out.
Well, that was a long pause for Correll Prime before delivering the 0-2 pitch to Tanner Thomas, but that adjustment in timing or mental focus, whatever it may be, paid off as Thomas down swinging a second time tonight.
Slider just misses. Noah Fisher had a ball and no strikes. Wow, that one. A cutter grazes the outside corner. Fisher not enthused by the call. Brown continues to live out there. Steals another strike. 1-2. Swing and a foul tip. Fish able to get a piece, trying to avoid a hat trick. He struck out both times so far tonight. Chance for the fans to take care of him. Nope. Bounced off the 50-foot net, courtesy of Netting Pros. Prime and Leroy on the same page. And another two-strike offering spoiled.
This is a key reason Fisher's batting .366 with runners in scoring position this season. Has great battles when guys are on base. He shortens up that swing just a little bit and pokes it up the middle. Smith gets the wave from the bases, and the Party Animals on the board for a third straight inning.
And now 4 out of 5 innings tonight, and here comes Jason Swan. The Panthers don't have their first preseason game until a couple months down the road, August 8th against the Browns, because that's serious cleanup on aisle 5. Can't imagine having to get ketchup and bread out of the turf. Cheese? That's a barrel. Jason Swan to Robert Anthony Cruz. Backflip catch. Strike oppose. Rack ends the top of the 5th in style.
And now the Bananas draw even with the Party Animals when it comes to trick plays. 6 for each ball club, but the Animals threatening to take the lead for the first time tonight.
Talking some banana ball basics. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base. Only can happen on a pass ball or a wild pitch. And it was a new banana ball record last year. Across the 5 games played, 7 steals of first.
Yeah, it was really impressive. We saw 4 in one game between the Bananas and the Firefighters on night 2 in Anaheim. And we saw a rather impressive feat. Both Tanner Thomas and Robert Anthony Cruz stole first base. And then on the very next pitch, both guys took off and swiped second base as well. A crazy situation, but really nice awareness from both guys who had the catcher thrown off guard. They weren't expecting them to immediately take off running and got into scoring position very quickly, all thanks to that sneaky speed.
And what a job by Tanner Thomas. Defending the steal of first base crown. Swiped it 6 times last year to lead the tour. He's pacing all players with 4 steals of first here in his 4th World Tour. And a quick 0-2 count on Ty Jackson. The fans with an opportunity, and they catch it, yes! Ty Jackson retired by the fans. The second foul out into the stands on the ball game.
And you could just see Ty very distraught. He was not expecting that from the crowd here in Charlotte. Tough luck for Pookie.
Appreciate Andy Cosgrove there to console him. I think if I was a banana ball player, I would have nightmares of foul balls into the stands. Bill Leroy launches this one out to center. Reese Hampton making the call, and behind the back flubs it. That bounces off the glove, and Bill hustling into second, gets 2 bases on the trick play missed.
Oh, you see Hampton diving to the ground in frustration. Is not what he wanted. Now we go to Jesse.
Handoff is to Jonathan Stewart, and a good start to his day. Leaps, got it, touchdown.
Let Jonathan Stewart take it up the field.
Jonathan Stewart, touchdown. Stewart, touchdown.
Fans, please welcome Jonathan Stewart!
Bill Leroy. Jonathan Stewart was getting some base running lessons from Greg Olson before getting this opportunity. The Panthers franchise leader in rushing yards, attempts, yards per carries, touchdowns, all-purpose yards. The list goes on and on. He represents the inning-tying run for the Nanners, a ball and a strike on Jackson Olsen.
Just a legendary back for the Carolina Panthers, and if Olsen can find a right center or a left center gap, I think you're going to see Coach Eric Box give Jonathan Stewart a wave home.
The 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Nanners' second baseman. An RBI ground out his first time. Bounces one to short. Acuff backhanded between the legs. 3rd trick play of the ball game. As Jonathan Stewart advances to 3rd. 2 outs now.
Well, it was good base running and aggressive as well from Jonathan Stewart off as soon as that ball was hit on the ground. And Acuff didn't try and commit to a trick play too late and then throw to 3rd. He instead wanted to go with something that his body is very familiar with. And that's why you saw him get the out with Olsen at first there.
It's a good-looking first pitch to D.R. Meadows. Brett Helton didn't get the call. Misses badly with the second offering. And D.R. ahead 3-0. This is where Banana Ball is so tough on pitchers. Ball 4 will tie the inning for the Bananas. D.R. is your classic singles hitter. Does have 7 extra base hits on the tour. But it doesn't happen often. And Bryson Bloomer can connect on the barehand attempt. That was going to be nearly impossible to get the speedy doctor at first anyhow. Good things happen when you put the ball in play. And Jonathan Stewart scores the inning-tying run in the 5th for the Bananas.
3rd inning in this ball game where the Bananas have either won or tied the inning against the Party Animals. You see Bloomer trying for the barehand, and now you see Jonathan Stewart running through the backstop behind home. Oh my gosh!
Freight train
a hit stick on that thing.
Come on. Ball and a strike on Kyle Jackson. Make it 0-2. And that is 3 strikes. Fastball right by him. KJ set down for the first time tonight. But Helton allows a run. And we have our second inning tonight that ends tied. Our ball game is still tied. Let's get it down to Drake Toll.
Bebop Juice, we have a tie ball game right now, thanks in part to the Bass Bros. A whole lot of home runs tonight. Andy Cosgrove, talk to me about your celly earlier.
Well, you know, I was wearing a shirt, and I felt like I didn't want to wear that shirt anymore, so I went ahead and took that off.
Reese, 2 bombs playing in your home ballpark.
Amazing. Can't dreamt it up better. You know what's better than 2?
6. Chosen.
I'm still thinking about how I should have just canned Jonathan Stewart at third, but I'll shake that.
Daddy Hex.
Hey, there's a slant over the middle on my homer. Kuechly was sitting in the dugout over there. I thought he was going to come downhill and knock my head off, but we're good. We're straight homering, baby.
Many home runs to follow. Party on.
Thank you, Drake. And thanks so much to Hampton Acuff, Skoll, and Cosgrove. Jared Donaldson, the second man out of the bullpen for the Bananas here in Charlotte as we head to the 6th.
Yeah, good to see Jared Donaldson back on the mound, his 15th appearance of the year. 51.4% of his total outs have included a trick play this season. Number 21 has 21 strikeouts on his campaign, but has allowed 16 earned runs across his last 11 innings pitched against these party animals.
He's got the bottom 3 in the order. That doesn't mean that it's an easy breezy time. Bloomer, Baber, and Becerra lurk down there. Nice splitter, ball and 2 strikes. And Bloomer doesn't bite on the slider. Facing his former CPL Bananas teammate. Goes down swinging. Nasty splitter once again. Donaldson with a K to start his evening. Beer time for Dustin Baber. This is like Mike's secret stuff for the kid. It's remarkable how much better he's been after he takes down an adult beverage here in his 3rd World Tour.
A .324 batting average, a double, a triple, a home run, 3 runs batted in, and a ball in 3 ball 4 sprints this year after the beer chug.
Jackknifes out of the way of a fastball. Hitting .256 overall on the tour. And that one barreled, but KJ able to handle it, whipping it between the legs. Grabbing the trick play and out number 2.
This is great to see from Jared Donaldson. Has great command of the strike zone right now and is getting the strikeouts, and so far a ball on the ground as well. Easy stuff for Kyle Jackson.
Armando Becerra trying to deny his former collegiate Bananas teammate a 1-2-3 inning. 1-1 count. Donnie working very quickly as Becerra spits on the splitter. That ball to shallow right center. 4 Bananas converging. Oh my gosh, Ryan Cox, what a play as he collides with Reese Alexiadis. And we'll hope the boys are okay.
Well, Meadows helping Cox up. Meadows also letting the crowd know that Cox kept it in the glove. That is unbelievable, although you hate seeing it as nobody ever took charge and called for that ball that was blooping.
We'll get it down to the field.
All the way down on the other end of the field, we have their husbands, Jason and Eric. Now, we're in the Queen City, so we decided to listen to the words of Marie Antoinette and let those boys eat some cake. But it's not going to be that easy because Ashley and Carter are going to have to get nice and dizzy before delivering that cake to their husbands with a smash to the face. The first wife to do it will be declared our winner. Charlotte, count me down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, dizzy. We're gonna have to spin faster than that if you want to start running. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go get that cake. We gotta run. Oh, the cake is that way. Oh no. Nice and slow. Okay, when they get to the cake, they're gonna dizzy bat once again. The speed has picked up. Ashley is in the lead. She has the cake. Carter, we're gonna have to catch up here. We got some work to do. Charlotte, both of these couples have been married 15 years and we're off. Oh no. My DoorDash driver takes a better route than that. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, it's Ashley and it's Jason. Let them eat cake.
Well, a fun promo, but I think we need to go back to basics when it comes to dizzy batting. I mean, you gotta keep the bat on the ground.
It's ridiculous, man. I don't want to do it. I don't want to slight the education system around here, but you would think that would be taught in schools.
I've heard this is a very bright part of the country. That's a barrel from over straight to A-cup. And St. Pete on St. Pete crime to start the bottom of the 6th. Danny O retired for the first time tonight, but make him a perfect 3 for 3 on quality at-bats. Nice piece of hitting by Robert Anthony Cruz. Wrong part of the park. Jake Skoll down to his knees. Will finish the catch with the worm. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Brett Helton. And this is after 2 very quick innings on the bump. The last of which he had to pitch around a trick play miss behind him. Only 1 run has scored across Helton's 2 2/3 innings tonight. It was an unearned one. Josh Talevsky on the last play. Trick play for Drake Skoll. Just had to confirm with your scorebook. Now Alex Ziegler. Ready for a 6-2-2, which is really a 6-3-1. First pitch to the 3rd batter. Here in the inning. What a dance. Helton, Baber, Acuff, and Hampton showing off their moves as Ziggy, who has been red hot as of late, avoids the fastball inside.
2 of his last couple of hits have been his first career home run and a triple that he grabbed in Kansas City. Now Ziggy dribbles this one on the ground. Acuff charges, goes between the legs, and that is a 57-second inning for Brett Helton when you factor out the time it took for Ziggy to walk up to the plate, a signature entrance, and then that 6-2-2 dance as well for Brett Helton. My goodness!
That's the fastest inning for a pitcher in 2025.
And tied for the 4th fastest in Banana Ball history as well.
We'll see if anybody can throw a quicker frame tomorrow night. First pitch will be at 7 p.m. once again. We'll be back here on the Savannah Bananas YouTube channel as well as ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus. There's going to be a lot on the line no matter what, because if the Bananas win tonight, they secure the football stadium series this year. If the Party Animals win tonight, they secure the overall season series against the Bananas. So either way, either the season series will be once again within grasp for the Party Animals tomorrow night, or the football stadium series will be up for grabs for both teams.
Well, Brett Helton has really settled down this Bananas offense. The only hit that he has surrendered tonight did not leave the infield. The little bleeder off the bat of D.R. Meadows, and that might be all we got from Brett Helton, but it was more phenomenal stuff, as the interesting note on him was that he had a ERA close to 7 across his first 25 innings pitched, and has posted a 2.74 mark across his last 23 innings on the mound.
And It's been a tale of 2 seasons so far for the Banana Ball veteran, former Pittsburgh Pirates minor leaguer. Well, Donnie took care of the bottom of the order in order in the 6th inning. Now he's got the top. Reese Hampton, 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. What a homecoming it's been. Ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Trying to make it a 3rd straight bomb. This one's not going to escape the infield. Into foul territory once again. A lack of communication for the Bananas, but Bill Leroy able to hold on as he makes contact with Kyle Jackson.
I mean, you start to get kind of scared when you see back-to-back plays like that. Leroy and KJ, nobody makes a firm call, and luckily, no big collision that took one of these 2 studs out of the ballgame.
Certainly tough to communicate in front of the 2nd largest crowd in Banana Ball history. A lot of noise here in Bank of America Stadium.
Well, the reason you see those instances are because these guys are trying to generate more trick plays for each other. You would think if both of them were that hungry, you could have possibly seen KJ tip one to Bill Leroy that he could have caught barehanded or possibly behind his back.
2-1 count on Chase Acup. 1 for 3 with the home run back in the 3rd. And a turf cutter to Kyle Jackson. He's between the legs for his 2nd trick play on the ball game. And now 5 straight retired to start the night for Jared Donaldson.
Now coming to pitch, the world's tallest pitcher, Dakota Stilts Albritton. And being escorted by country rock star Brantley Gilbert.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Still!
What an entrance for Dakota Stilts Albritton, courtesy of Brantley Gilbert. Stilts asked Zach Frangelo, our director of entertainment, if he could have a friend do some singing at a Banana Ball game. Zach said, probably not, buddy. Then Stilts said it's Brantley Gilbert. And Franz said, you probably should have led with that, Dakota. That we can make happen.
And there he goes.
And Jake Skoll breaking out the Mellow jersey. It'll be LaMelo Ball. Star point guard for the Charlotte Hornets. A star on my 2024 fantasy basketball team. And that one to Alexiades. Could be a play at first. No, Reese has trouble with the ball. Skull runs very well. And able to beat the wrap. His second hit of the night.
Yes, he was approaching that ball in right field. Alexiades looked towards Eric Jones Jr. rather than looking towards the ball, and also appeared to try and go between the legs.
Right.
Trying for what would be his second between the legs trick play in his career after he had one in the infield earlier this season. But clean single for Skull, and now it's Andy Cosgrove with the double and a 2-run blast tonight.
And Albritton's nemesis, Stilts, gets the better of him this time. Robert Anthony Cruz will take that out of the sky. Dakota gives up a single, but gets the big out. And we're still tied going to the bottom of the 7th.
Gets escorted by Brantley Gilbert. And now we go to the blindfolded pillow fight.
That's right, Charlotte. It's time for the blindfolded pillow fight. Down on the field with me, we got Luke, we got Brosnan, we got Kevin, and we got Cody. These 4 gentlemen are gonna start swinging, and you, Charlotte, will decide the winner. Gentlemen, pillows ready. In 3, 2, 1, spin and swing. Oh goodness, oh. Brosnan, we're close, we're gonna get a hit. Luke, what are you doing? He's all by himself in bed. We got 3 gentlemen swinging their pillows at each other. It's
10,
anybody's game.
9,
we gotta go to work.
8,
7.
7.
Boys, we need all you
6,
got.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go, Charlotte. Charlotte was our winner, Cody. Was our winner, Kevin. Was our winner, Brosnan. Or was our winner, the lone soldier, Luke?
Impressive performance by that cat to take the cake in the blindfolded pillow fight. And a new man on the mound for the Party Animals. Second guy out of the pen, the 6'5" southpaw Peter Holden.
Feels like he's continuing to find his groove on the pitcher's mound for the Party Animals. We saw Holden last time on the mound induce the first foul out to a fan in his career against the Texas Tailgaters. He also recorded 4 strikeouts across 3 innings pitched playing the Tailgaters.
He's got Ryan Cox, Eric Jones Jr., and Ty Jackson. Due to swinging in the bottom of the 7th, no run support. The Nanners just need 1 run to retake the lead. They grabbed it in the first. Lost it after the 4th. And Cox is plucked, heater up and in. Gets him clean, and the Nanners get the inning-winning run gifted to them. Hope Ryan Cox is okay. What a bruising last few innings it's been for the Nanners shortstop.
Yeah, but he's such a gritty ball player. Does not want to leave this game, and you see him already trotting down to first base. And that is the wise move. The Bananas insert their designated runner, Malachi Mitchell, to run for Coxie.
No-brainer right there. Guy who runs a 6'1", 60. Flash, the son of Olympic gold medalist Dennis Mitchell. The fastest man in Banana Land. Aboard for the hometown kid. Eric Jones Jr. looking to have a signature moment back in Charlotte. This is where EJ spent the majority of his life. From 2 years old on, had a little halftime show. 7th and 8th grade spent in Birmingham, Alabama, then back to Charlotte. College days just up the road in Davidson. Said he's got over 100 members of the family and close friends at Bank of America Stadium across these 2 nights. 1-2 from Holden. And another foul ball. Has to look out for four-seam fastball, changeup, and slider from the lanky lefty. It's really cool to see EJ and a bunch of Bananas went to South Mecklenburg High School, where EJ spent his high school days to hang out with the team. Flash was off on the pitch. He'll retreat after the foul ball. A lot of cool content created from that. What a memory for the kids. Greg Olson even made an appearance.
And it was EJ's team that Reese Hampton Charlotte Christian defeated to win that state championship, as Splash is off and running and gunned down at second base. Baber applying the tag, and Mitchell not happy with the call.
It's a delayed steal. You don't see that from Flash very often. Bananas don't have a challenge, only the fans do. I mean, if the tag was on him, the ball beat him by a mile, and now Peter plugs his second batter of the inning. You can thank his catcher for the lone out he has. Gives the Bananas the inning-winning run on first once again. And EJ not bothered after being plucked. He's gonna dance it with the boys 90 feet to first base.
Well, it is tough to see Malachi Mitchell run into an out in the seventh for the Bananas when they could have now a man in scoring position. EJ not the fleetest of foot for the Bananas, and will also have to be careful. Holden, believe it or not, holds the single season record for most pickoffs at the University of North Florida.
EJ going on the first pitch. Cosgrove's got a cannon. He does not show off an A+ throw there. Hampton there to back it up, though. EJ with his third steal of the year. One of them was a swipe of first. He picks his spots well. Cosgrove really didn't have a chance there. He got a great jump. 2 balls and no strikes on Ty Jackson. The inning-winning run in scoring position. A sprint would give the Bananas the lead back. Jackson strikes this one well. Out to left center. Ty to fly. With a kill shot in the 7th. Walk-off double, Nanners lead 2-1.
Well, when he's kept the banana ball out of the stands tonight, he has been awfully successful for the Bananas. His second knock, and he puts his team back out in front yet again for the first time since the 3rd inning.
Well, it was almost 2 years ago that Vinny DeRubius gave our first tornado catch, and the Italian Rapscallion, Chris Sacchi, was on the call.
For the Paisans out here, I'll have to say it's because we had the Italian spread last night at dinner. That's the only way that this could happen.
What a fun bit it was to have Papa Sach take Josh's headset and give the Italian call on what Vinny DeRubius did. How about Tanner Thomas? Oh, what a blast! Nice snag by the youngster. And a solo shot to start the 8th for the Party Animals.
Well, the fans are in the middle of doing neon. I don't even think they were ready to possibly catch that tater off the bat of Tanner Thomas. And just like that, once the Bananas respond back out on top, Party Animals get the big blast from one of their stars.
Another look at Tanner's 7th long ball of the tour. That is a new personal record. Left the yard 6 times each in 2023 and 24. He has dialed up some next level power here in his 4th World Tour. Well, the Party Animals trail for the 2nd time tonight, instantly fire a jab back. They've got a chance to win the 8th. And Fisher down on strikes. At the RBI single back in the 5th inning that denied the Bananas their 2nd point of the night. But 3 strikeouts around it And Jackson Olsen trying to go behind the back. Can't connect on the trick play. Jason Swan gets a free first base. Only the 5th trick play missed on the tour for Jackie. And he makes up for it. Twin killing on the very next pitch from Zach Phillips, who, as per usual, works at a lightning pace out there.
2 minutes and 2 seconds for Zach Phillips, but surrenders the home run to Tanner Thomas. It's up to the Bananas to try and respond yet again tonight.
Turn on the flashlight.
We'll get it down to Jesse. Time to turn this place yellow.
We're gonna light up the sky all the way around here in Charlotte, and I want you to sing as loud as you can, a little yellow. Here we go.
What's up?
Keep it going. Here we go. We love you so much, Banana Nation. Now let's go, Bananas!
What a beautiful sight here in the heart of the Queen City. The 2nd largest crowd in Banana Ball history. They have joined us in Bank of America Stadium, and they've seen a great back and forth ball game so far. The Nanners up 2 points to 1, but the Party Animals with a run in the 8th and hand the ball to the best pitcher on the tour, Drew Gillespie, to try and retie this game.
He's now pitching in his 4th straight game for the Party Animals. He's the only man on either of these squads with an earned run average below 3. And opponents have batted .320 or better against Gillespie across the past 2 months. But he's had 10 double plays turned behind him. So he gets the ground balls and those 2 outs when he really needs them.
Quick 0-2 count on Bill Leroy, holding down the 9 spot. Stays alive for now. Jackson Olsen on deck, and then at the top of the order, David Ray Meadows. Bill 0 for 2 on the night. But he did reach on the trick play missed. Jonathan Stewart in his stead scored the inning-tying run back in the 5th. Chance for a trick play here for the Party Animals. Reese Hampton on the run, making the call and tipping it up, pulling it in. 24th trick play on the tour for the Charlotte, North Carolina native.
And the 10th trick play of the night for the Party Animals, still outpacing the Bananas in tonight's ball game. And that brings Jackson Olsen, the 10-hole batter, up to the plate, who might be trying to tie up this inning with one mighty swing, especially with the friendly dimensions to left-handed hitters.
Certainly tried it there, came up empty on the heater. Jackie's bat heating up. Picked up a pair of triples across the 4 games against the Firefighters. All of a sudden he's tied for the tour lead with 3.
5 for his last 11 at the plate, and with a handful of extra base hits, but comes away with the strikeout against Gillespie.
Blown away. Elevated heat does the trick. And 2 quick outs for Drew, who sets his sights on the doctor. Line drive, it's going to be off the netting in right. And a ground rule single. Boy, DR looked like he was going to have a great chance at 2. He should be sent back to first base.
Yeah, and you can see Tyler Dillon was pointing DR back to first.
Second knock. Across his last 2 trips to the dish for DR, he's been on 3 out of 4 times tonight. The only time he was retired was on a screaming line drive to left. 4 for 4 in quality at-bats. A 1 count on Kyle Jackson, who has had some epic battles with Drew Gillespie, especially late in ball games. That is a deep drive. Center field, Reese Hampton has just enough room. KJ flirted with a 2-run walk-off homer in the 8th, but Gillespie holds strong, and we are tied at 2 going to our final inning.
And you saw Hampton did not flirt with any kind of trick play in that situation. Party Animals now have a big 8th inning, and we look at the rules here in the final inning of play. The key note, all runs scored in the final inning of play count as points in the ball game. And if we see this game tied after the traditional 9 innings, we will go to showdown tiebreakers. And the Party Animals, of course, also still have a golden batter at their disposal where they can bat any guy regardless of where they are in the lineup at the plate.
It's the first time the Bananas and Party Animals have dueled since May 10th in Nashville, Tennessee. And it has been a doozy. Plenty of offense when it comes to runs scored, but only 2 points to show for each team as Austin Krasminski, the former Angels and Cubs minor leaguer, trying to hold the door for the Nanners.
Graham with the 2-2 record this season, a 141 ERA plus, indicating he has been 41% better than the tour average arm. He has also posted a 19.3% strikeout rate, the second highest on the Bananas. And opponents are batting just .244 against Graham, but he has allowed multiple hits in each of his last 3 appearances. And he's got to be hoping that is not the case here tonight in Charlotte.
Bottom 2 in the order due to swing it. Baber, then Becerra, with Reese Hampton due up third, back at the top. And the lights are being killed. Looks like we're getting a golden batter. Who will it be?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Party Animals have invoked the golden batter rule. Batting in place of number 9, Dustin Baber. Please welcome, from Charlotte, North Carolina, Reese Hampton!
A special golden batter opportunity here for Reese Lightning. Means he's leading off the inning and due up third. And he's already 2 for 3 on the night, 2 home runs and a sprint. The switch hitting center fielder, a healthy cut, fouls it straight back.
And he's one of just 2 players in Banana Ball history to have ever taken Austin Krasminski deep as well. Not only do you honor the guy in his hometown, but you get him against a guy that he's had some success off of.
Power versus power. From one of the harder throwers in Banana Land since low to mid-90s with the gas. Has a great circle changeup and slider to boot. That one just misses the bottom of the zone. 3 balls and a strike on the always dangerous Reese Hampton. Pitcher's pitch. Count runs full. The payoff. That one struck well, but on the run. Robert Anthony Cruz snares the liner. Good plate appearance for Hampton. Found himself a barrel, just hit it to the wrong spot.
And he'll be back up after we see Armando Becerra, who's coming into the batter's box. This actually works out pretty well for Reese Hampton, considering he saw 6 pitches from Austin Krasminski and really knows what he's going to be working with in that second at-bat.
It was a steady diet of gas. Becerra started with a fastball as well. Looks like Krem's going to chuck the heat until the party animals prove they can catch up. Right back by Krem. What a snag! Ryan Cox between the legs, 360! Are you not entertained? The glove magician with a doozy.
He might have just one-up Chase Acuffs that we saw earlier in this ball game. Ranging up the middle, 360 spin between the legs transition. And Becerra out, and you see Eric Jones Jr. celebrating that one as he should. What a marvelous play.
And we're right back to Reese. He drives this deep to right center. Reese Hampton, 3rd home run of the ball game. He ties the Banana Ball record. Reese Lightning's broken out the hometown hammer.
His 2nd home run against Krem this season. And he plays hero yet again, was already working on a showman-worthy performance. And now he gets to home plate, and he's got, or Drake Toll's gonna chat with him.
Hero ball, baby! Hero ball! Let's go! Man, I think I should another home run. Is that what happened? That's 3, Reese. Let's go, baby. Party on, boys!
Thank you, Drake. Unbelievable stuff. Hampton entered the night with 6 homers. You can do the math. He's up to 9 now. All of a sudden, 2nd most on the tour as he leapfrogs Reese Alexiadis. But still 3 behind Skoll for the tour lead. Chase Acuff went back-to-back with Hampton, back in the 3rd. Trying to repeat the performance. Has 2 balls and 2 strikes on him. That's a heck of a take on the changeup. Count is full. And Acuff earns the sprint. Textbook defense from the Nanners. They get to all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher in short order. Acuff aboard for the 2nd time tonight. And now Skoll gets to swing it.
Yeah, now Krem's got to do battle against the only other man who's ever taken him deep in Banana Ball, and a man with 4 home runs in football stadiums this season. That is not the sprint you wanted to see issued from Krem whatsoever. But he's attacking early and ahead in the count 0-1.
Hot shot past the dive of EJ. And Skoll hustling is gonna leg out his 3rd knock of the night. Each of the last 2 have been scorched on the ground to Alexiadis and right. Two on now with 2 outs for Andy Cosgrove. He entered the night tied with Jake Skoll for the tour lead with 42 RBIs. They have each driven in 2. They're up to 44. Oh, 2. And a throw behind Skoll. He's in trouble. We've got a pickle. He slams the brakes. Trying to run away from Olsen. Krasminski will apply the out. And a heads-up play. Wonderful back pick from Bill DeRoy to stop the bleeding. Another look at the final out of the inning. But the big swing from Reese Hampton gives the Party Animals their first lead of the ball game. And here in the witching hour, up 3-2. They are 3 defensive outs away from winning their 15th game across their last 17 played. It would be 11 out of their last 12 against the Bananas. As you get another look at the Hampton homer that gave them their first lead of the night.
Well, you had a feeling Reese was due at some point for the Party Animals. Had not recorded a home run in Tampa, Clemson, or Nashville. Now winds up with 3 on the ledger tonight and had no problem dominating that 50-foot net courtesy of Netting Pros.
Drew Gillespie is going to have a meaty part of this Nanners lineup. 3, 4, and 5. Dan Oberst, Robert Anthony Cruz, Reese Alexiadis, the big boppers. And the Bananas still have their golden batter. As the 2024 Pitcher of the Year, trying to nail down the victory. He's gotten the final out in each of the last 3 games for the Party Animals, trying to make it 4 straight. And Dan swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off. Oberst with a deep drive to right. Danny O. Second long ball of the ball game. We are tied.
The home runs continue in the ball game. It's another clutch home run for Dan Oberst to tie up an inning. This one with the ball game on the line. And he has already set a new single-season high in home runs. And as he comes across to touch home, Sam Bauman's got him down on the field.
Dan Oberst, a little anything you can do, I can do better tonight?
I'm just, I'm dialed. You know, the boys, we've been playing good. We got a lot of energy. We're going to win this thing.
Rico, Josh, let's get back to it.
Dialed is an understatement. Thanks, SB. Dan is now 2 for 3 on the night, 2 home runs, a sprint. And he's 4 for 4 in quality at bats. The only out he made was a ball that was blistered. Speaking of blistered, hot one to Baber. He has no trouble as he takes care of Robert Anthony Cruz for out number 1 here in the last of the ninth. Former JUCO Gold Glover, showing why he earned the award back at Daytona State. What a spot for Reese Alexiadis. He has homered in 3 straight football stadiums, trying to make it 4 in a row. With the game on the line, Super Reese! Are you kidding me? The foregone conclusion is complete. Super Reese wins night 1 in Charlotte for the Nanners. Is mobbed at the dish. Sam Bauman trying to fight through the crowd. He's got him.
Reese, superpowers. How can we explain this?
Shout out to Dan for tying the game up, just giving me an opportunity. Love this team.
Reese Alexiadis, was this a foregone conclusion?
Yes, it was in the script. That's all football stadiums.
Reese Alexiadis, get out there and celebrate. Rico, Josh, what the heck? Wow.
Wow is right. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the instant reaction. Reese Alexiadis, man becoming myth. The guy lives for the big stage. There have been 4 Banana Ball games played in football stadiums. The pride of Manhattan Beach, California has left the yard in all of them. You can't make it up.
post-game plaza party outside in front of the stage. Party Down's going to be rocking. Our cast will be out there having fun. We love you so much. We have one final tradition here. Bill, break us down.
Let's get it on down to Sam Bauman with our showman of the night.
Biko, Josh, Dan Oberst, our showman of the night, but he said, I'm not doing this alone. Dan, talk to me about what we just witnessed here.
You witnessed a lot of hours in the cages together. Yep. Sticking to the process, playing hard, and it only took me 7 years to get a showman of the night.
Reese, talk about your man here. You gave him a little bit of a shout out here, but what is this Bananas team doing to get stuff like this done tonight?
We're just having fun and proving that we never give up. Last inning, back against our wall, just never give up.
Guys, the Party Animals seem to have your numbers over the last stretch of games. You go away, you go 4-0 against the Firefighters. What has come alive for you guys to show this team, hey, not going to be so easy anymore?
Yeah, it's a long season, and we'd rather be playing our best in October. So we're going through a little adversity, went on the road, got on a hot streak, and I think they saw tonight we came back a little different.
Biko, Josh, our showmen of the night.
Yeah, I like that better.
The Baum brothers, Biko, Josh, holy cow.
Danny O, you've got enough tenure to make that kind of decision. 7th year in Banana Land. He jokes with us, one of the wittiest guys you'll ever meet. Only took him 7 years to get that Showman of the Night award. It's tough when you play so little defense, but the bat spoke for itself tonight. And to be fair, this is only the 3rd year we've been doing Showman of the Nights, but I digress. Danny Oberst, what a performance. Guy came into Charlotte and was seeing beach balls all night. It was a slugfest. Both teams brought the boom. The Bananas, with 2 bombs in the bottom of the 9th, steal a victory from the claws of defeat.
And it was such a balanced game overall. You didn't really see anybody aside from Reese Hampton really emerge when it came to showman candidates, but Dan Oberst's bat certainly spoke for itself as he wound up with an inning-tying home run in the 3rd inning, a 3-run shot at that, and then ties it up yet again in the final inning against the Party Animals. Wound up with 5 runs batted in the ballgame tonight for the Savannah Bananas, and that is a new single-game record for that franchise when it comes to strictly banana ball games.
Yeah, it's tough to amass RBIs when you're the home team and walk-offs like you just saw to end the ball game, and you saw 2 more times earlier in the night, and your inning before you get more pitches to swing at. Really legendary, an all-time historic performance from Dan Oberst as we welcome you back inside the booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us here in virtual Banana Land, a Big Tiger Friday at that. Tomorrow night we'll be right here back on the Bananas YouTube channel as we always are, and also we will be on ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus. So the Nanners fend off the Party Animals. What a battle back and forth this was. They deny losing the season series against the Party Animals for now, and in the process, they win the football stadium series here in 2025.
Yeah, and again, we have seen all season long when it's come to these football stadium games, the Bananas have just been a little bit better in those clutch situations. We saw them win the game in showdowns in the 4th round, outlasting the Party Animals. Ryan Cox had the clutch 8th inning blast against Drew Gillespie in Clemson, and now here in Charlotte, it's Dan Oberst with his 2nd multi-homer game of the season, and Reese Alexiadis, their team leader, now with 9 home runs, coming away with the game-winning blast to clinch them this football stadium series.
And while the Nanners end up on top, we cannot close this broadcast down without talking about Reese Hampton. 3 home runs back in his hometown. An all-time performance that ties the banana ball record right there.
Well, it was immediately when he got back here in Charlotte that you just felt that he was so comfortable back in his surroundings. Got to see a bunch of friends and family. I know was feeling a lot of good vibes coming into the night, and it clearly showed on the field. It is a legendary performance for Reese Hampton, clobbering those 3 home runs, also collecting a trick play for the Party the Animals. Unfortunately, his boys fall short tonight, but they still have a chance at winning that season series against the Bananas tomorrow night.
We'll see how it shakes up here in Bank of America Stadium. We've got to close this broadcast down because Riley's banging on the door trying to get in here like he's a zombie in The Last of Us. A big shout out to our executive producer, Yvonne Trezak, our director back in Savannah, Chad Reese, and the incredibly talented crew with him. Thank you so much to our camera operators and the Carolina Panthers staff here at Bank of America Stadium. They have been an absolute delight to work with. Can't wait to run it back. Thanks to Sam Bauman and Drake Toldown on the field, Josh Talevsky up here in the booth. For our entire talented cast and crew, I'm Biko Scala saying so long for now. The Nanners walk it off in thrilling fashion. Oberst with the winner, 4-3 here in Charlotte. They go for the sweep tomorrow night. We will see you right back here on the Bananas YouTube channel and ESPN2. And of course we will. See you later! A sugar boo. I'm levitating.